do that yet. You will.
Oh, I do. All right, well, I've got Zoom on here, and we just have Lyle is the only person on Zoom. I think Phil might be joining later.
Well, I've got to listen to all that interesting medical stuff.
Oh no, I just unmuted it. Oh gosh.
Okay, so we can start.
Yeah.
Okay, call to order. My apologies. It's 9:06 instead of 9 o'clock. So did everyone have a chance to read the May community character minutes?
And I'm sorry, I just got it out to everybody yesterday.
Anybody have any changes or questions or comments or whatever? Motion to approve. Michelle motion, second. Second. Diane, all in favor? Everybody, good. Okay, next on the agenda is, do we approve the agenda? No?
Oh no, I guess that was left
Okay,
over
does
from last
anybody
time.
have any issues with the agenda? Just asking, because normally we look at it and say, no, that's wrong. No, we don't. It's always right.
Yeah, that's one I usually just have for the board meetings. I forgot
Oh,
to
is
take it
that-
off.
is that-
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so now we go on to the mural program as a draft, which it seems really, really long.
Yeah, well, and that's what because it was just kind of pulled from what we had for the facade.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to kind of have today, and before we kind of get going too much on today, I'll kind of skip ahead on the public art plan, just so that way we've got it on our radar. So on June 24th will be the city council workshop. And so I'm going to present just an introduction that this is, what we're looking at doing. And that's kind of how we get like a temperature check on city council, see what they're.
Seen it at all,
Mm-mm.
but staff,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
any comments from staff?
Not a lot. But everybody's just always so busy. I can never tell how much people have
They
taken.
paid attention?
Yeah. And so it's going to be that and also a kind of introduction for the design overlay district that we're talking about in the Economic Vitality Committee and the Downtown Board, which they kind of go hand in hand together because some of the design overlay includes development standards, and a lot of times when it's like new development, when it's over a certain amount, developers have to do some additions or work, and so we want to incorporate public art as an option for that. Um, so that's all going to be presented there just to kind of get their feedback, kind of vibe check, I guess. I don't know how else to say.
Well, is the mountain down, by the way?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, because I noticed there were some comments from people about, no matter what you do, city council will hear comments.
Yeah.
From somebody about everything, negative and positive.
Yeah. If it's on the internet, I'm sure it usually is. Here, I'm trying to. And so I've got the mural grant program, and I think that first page is just the application form.
Well, actually, you have it twice in the thing.
Oh, do I?
It's
Oh,
exactly the same.
oops, I'm sorry.
It may be that
It might have gotten added in twice. I might have uploaded it twice.
this particular page is in here twice.
Oh, okay.
You get to use that for two at the application that's in there, the first page twice.
Oh,
So that you can take at least one 2-page document out of it.
sorry.
Yay! We've already pulled it a little bit.
And so thinking also back to last month when we had, and I haven't added that in about the banners because we kind of left that with like don't really know how that fits in with the mural program. So kind of have that back in your mind as we're kind of looking through it. And
the banners that he was proposing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing we want to talk about is
the temporary.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By virtue.
Yeah. And then we also just want to not forget that if we want to think about the locations for that one that they gave us.
Inside, yeah, on the built inside, because it would be contradictory if we hang it outside and we're saying we don't want to do that.
Well, I think it was more that we don't want to necessarily fund it as a part of the mural grant program rather than not allow
We
for
accept
them.
a gift and we can
Yeah.
try to find a budget.
Yeah, because it's not necessarily, I think that we're opposed to them going up. It's just more of how does that fit with the grant program more than anything, I feel like. Just because it's kind of like,
But it might seem that if we're willing to hang one up, that we support banners being hung in public spots. I kind of,
do we not support it?
well, I mean, but we wouldn't be if we're not funding it. I mean, we wouldn't, if someone could do it on their own. building,
Yeah.
But we have a gift from somebody and if we put it, if they just give us a banner, then we're okay with hanging them, but we don't want to give grants for them to hang them.
Well, they aren't temporary.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's more just what we put our like investment dollars in. I guess that's kind of how I felt.
Well, just food for thought.
Yeah.
I might have feedback on that.
Mhm.
When someone flies,
Mm-hmm.
we hang. It's a gift,
Mm-hmm.
which maybe you just answer it was a gift.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about this Fifth Avenue building is probably. a
Oh,
good-
yeah, or Art Mob. I don't know. I know you were asking about
I
it.
said something. Yeah, because he ignored me.
It would be nice
on an art gallery.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool over there.
And that's a big wall inside of this.
Yeah.
That would be great, actually.
And
If
be-
you're-
And the banners that hung there lasted a long
Just-
time.
Does the
Mhm.
building owner need to fill all this out if he's willing to let it be hung on his building?
No, because we're not giving it money.
Oh, that's true.
Mhm.
Okay. Never.
So yeah, I kind of figured we'd go through it like how we did with the facade grant program a few years ago.
So there's never been a bureau grant program.
No, we've just had our,
Wasn't
yeah.
very clear on that.
We just have the downtown grant program.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, since we're doing public art policy, we might as well start doing more specific public art.
Yeah, because we didn't really have a good way, like when the mural came for y'all's building, for example, we didn't really, like, we gave a facade grant for it, but we didn't really have a good,
It could have
Right.
backfired.
yeah, because then, like, if somebody came in and wanted to paint over it in a period of time, yeah, and that's what we kind of had gone back and forth about before. Um,
So first you're looking at the mural, the.
Yes, and so let's see. Mural grant program intended to support high quality public art that contributes to character of the community, downtown surrounding area, offset eligible mural design and installation costs, subject to program guidelines, funding availability, and review by
So-
the community character team.
You mentioned downtown and what, you said those words just then.
And the surrounding area.
Here's my question. If it's a downtown grant program, it's not specific to Seventh Avenue and Main Street and the avenues.
That's it's kind of up to us on if we want it to be specific
As
to
long as
the,
it's in city limits is what this kind of.
oh, no, that's why I have this map here. So this is the map. This is a little bit bigger than the MSD. And so if we want it to be specific to the MSDs, we can say that. Or just like how we've talked about with the public art in general, it was kind of in the downtown area that's designated in the comp plan, just so that way if we've got one that's like a good gateway or something that might
Yeah.
not be in the MSD. I mean, we might want to prioritize.
Like the mural that's on the bandstand at the visitor center. Is that part of the MSD?
It's just outside of it, so it's actually not either. So maybe
Yeah,
as
I would think because the city is.
Jamie, can I ask you a question?
yeah.
So just because I missed the last meeting, just to kind of catch up and understand something. So this is the proposed language for banners and murals, correct?
No, just for a mural grant program. So like the facade
That's
grant
it.
program.
Okay.
Yeah, so just
So-
for people who are applying for funding for murals on their building.
So like I see on the agenda, there's some stuff about, there was some language, a banner approval or something on the agenda today.
That was in the minutes from last month that we had a request for them that we didn't approve.
Got
because we
it.
didn't have this
So-
set up.
So in the end of, where we end up, a banner just can't go up on a building. It, right now, a banner falls under signage code and approvals.
No.
Or are you trying to eliminate that so it just comes under?
This is just for if people are asking us for money to pay for it.
Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's all we're looking at now. The banners on the buildings, I think they do have to get like a temporary sign permit.
Gotcha. That still is required. And then the last question is, if you are involved with, granting money and somebody gets the approval, is there language in there or is somebody having to sign something that says that it can't be removed or it has to stay up for a certain amount of time?
Yeah, that's what we talked about a couple months ago was, and I can't remember word for word, but I know that's in here. Was here you can use that setup desk if you want. But we had some language in there on a sign off. I can't remember exactly. We'll get to that, but we did talk about that a couple months ago because we just don't want to pay for it and then it gets removed in a certain period of time.
So my only concern is if the building is sold and the previous owner signs something that it is on a sale, it goes away. So if the new owner, let's say there's a building that has a banner and I'm in contract or I'm discussing buying it, that I don't inherit, not that I wouldn't want to keep the banner, but that it doesn't run with the title. Cause that'll stop somebody from being able to sell their building.
Yeah, well, if it's the banners, that's not something that we're gonna fund through this anyway. It's more of if it's painted on a building.
And then there was a reimbursement if they broke the contract.
Yeah, we had for the applicant, I believe it was the applicant or the property owner. That's something that we're gonna get to in this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the bottom line is banners are not gonna be something we want to fund through the grant program. Banners are not,
They fall in.
they may need approval by the city for
Yeah.
the
Right.
sign ordinance. And then if you buy a building and you don't want the banner, you just take it down.
Yeah, that's
but what
between you
about
and
what about a mural?
Well, that's in this thing. We'll get to it.
yeah, that's
Okay,
that's what we're doing today.
We're doing that today. It's in
okay,
here.
I'll stand by.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Surrounding area as designated in the downtown master plan. See map below.
Okay. Y'all good with that? I think that's a good idea. Instead of, so the gateways and
Yeah, that way it kind of covers.
that
Trail
way
it.
art will be everywhere
Mhm.
maybe eventually.
Yeah. Looks like I didn't finish what I was saying here because I was thinking
Weren't we gonna say that like a prioritization would be within,
The downtown areas.
within the MSP theme.
yeah.
Are we in the MSD on Seventh Avenue or together with Main Street? We're in MSD.
There's two separate.
Two separate. Thank you.
Taxed differently. Much different.
No, it's the same rate.
Is it?
Mhm.
It was.
It's been the same rate
Okay.
for a few years. Yeah.
Many moons ago.
Yeah, it's been the same rate for about 3 or so years now.
It keeps going.
Hey, it's stayed the same for about two years now. Maybe.
Come on.
Your value might say.
So funding for all of this is through the Barefoot Public Art Auction.
I said in general funds for public art designated based on the Barefoot Public Art Auction.
And I was wondering what that meant. You have that in that paper.
I think maybe we.
Nothing from, what if someone gives us money?
The Friends of Downtown, any earnings that we have through the Friends of Downtown?
Yeah, that was. I think what I was saying was that funds raised from the Barefoot and Public Art Auction would, since it's art, that's what I was thinking is having some of that designated for public art and general.
Also, it's
fund.
not gonna be all the funds of auction of the bears.
That's what it looked like.
So
when you
in-
say that right there.
Well, it says in general, funds for public art designated based off the Barefoot and Public Art Auction and
Because if you get a grant that says it's for public art, couldn't that be included? And
I think, yeah, but that's,
you know, like you got grants for the Arts Council for Main Street, the Art on
Mhm.
Main.
Yeah, but I think what she said in general.
Yeah, just so that way there's a standard amount of funds of how we base it, and then if we get more, great, but then it's kind of
An event revenue or events revenue? Because you're talking about like Garden Jubilee and,
revenue from, yeah.
okay.
Because
Everyone
that all
good with
falls
that?
under the Friends downtown.
Program will operate on rolling application process subject to fund availability. Projects must not begin before grant approval and execution of grant agreement. Community character team will
Wait a
review.
minute, so that page is at the very next page.
Did it not?
The downtown community character.
That's on this page.
Oh, it's just,
When she stopped, she's moving down to the next page. That mural grant structure, oh, I see that one sentence, you're right, sorry. Keep going, sorry. Property owner requirements. Yeah.
I was like, wait.
Yeah.
community character team will review applications and determine whether whether to fund it.
On that.
Oh, man.
Oh, you were good here.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so here was property owner requirements. Property owner approval is required for any grant funded mural. So even if it's a tenant applying, they have to have the property owner approved, which is what we did for the facade grants too, yeah. The owner must sign a formal agreement outlining responsibilities and conditions tied to program funding. Owners may negotiate separate agreements with tenants, nonprofit, or other partners regarding financial responsibility. However, the program agreement must be executed with the property owner. That's getting to what we were talking about with Lyle, is that the person who owns it, the building,
Right.
is
It's ultimately responsible.
and how they work it out with their tenants is between them. Is that good to keep in there? Okay.
Yep,
I think that's
great.
Duration and removal of grant funded murals. Grant funded murals must remain in place for a minimum term. Do we want to have here proposed 5 years and then have it as a case by
Exceptions
case?
can be considered, yeah.
Proposed 5 years may vary based on individual proposals, or do we want to just keep it at 5 years?
Well, I mean, if it's all flowers and then a plumbing supplier company or something like that, something that's totally,
well, at least we have that covered in the next.
You need to leave some flexibility. If you say 5 years, you close the door for a special situation.
Mhm.
yeah. Well, proposed 5 years with consideration for special situations. We do that.
That you said I like that.
Consideration for special situations.
As
Or just
specified.
something that the board can, make a decision or, kind of come up with
I
an
say
alternative.
proposed in this 5 years.
Special situations.
And I'd take out the plus, just leave it at 5, because plus grade.
Do you want to commit to a term of 5 years? Oh, no, you didn't take out that with consideration for special circumstances. You take out the parentheses and
Approved by the
proposed.
board.
As specified in a grant agreement that is approved by the committee.
So you take out proposed and that.
Minimum
So
term.
it says for a minimum term of 5 years with consideration for special situations as specified in the grant agreement, comma, that is approved by the committee. You know? I don't know. Yeah,
With consideration for special situations as approved by the committee and specified in the grant agreement.
There we go. Everybody okay with that?
Great. If mural is removed, painted over, significantly altered before the required term, the property owner must repay a prorated portion of the grant based off time remaining in the term.
Well, but then that conflicts with the first one. It must pay, but what if the committee says, okay, we understand your specific request and you've only had the mural 4 years, we'll waive the prorated 5th year, is that what we'll do? Or prorated 1/5?
Implies that, doesn't it?
It says,
It would be maybe not the required term,
Must
but the
repay.
agreed upon
it
term.
says must repay, so that's why I'm. May,
Well, unless previously negotiated or something in that regard.
As
I mean, it's whatever is in the grant.
as per the
Especially in
grant
the grant.
agreement.
so. like-
Jamie, did you see what I just sent you?
Nope.
Take a look at that language, see if these guys, like that.
Responsible to pay a
Notwithstanding the foregoing 5-year term, the board of directors shall have the right in its sole discretion to modify, shorten, extend, or terminate the term of this agreement based upon the recommendation of the applicable
We're
committee
not a-
and subsequent approval.
yeah, so it'd be committee.
A mural is removed, painted over, or significantly altered before the required term. The property owner must repay a prorated portion of the grant based on remaining
Based on the time remaining in the term.
the time remaining,
Or remaining time. How do you want to do that?
yeah, the remaining.
Or we could just put prorated portion as per the grant agreement. Take this part out.
Prorated proportion as per the grant agreement.
Just simply,
But do we
The
also-
language is the unamortized
Yeah.
amount,
Yeah,
The
exactly.
mural
not
is removed,
prorated,
painted over,
unamortized.
significantly altered before the required term, the property owner must repay a prorated portion as per the grant agreement.
unamortized. Is that what you said?
That's unamortized is everything that's not used, you know.
And unamortized prorated. Or the.
And we don't need to put in there, even though,
Yeah.
unless there's a special situation or something.
I think
Well, it's
everything,
the
the
agreement.
agreement, yeah, the final agreement.
Agreement, the grant agreement, as it's written, it's 5 years. Oh, okay, but it will say with
that
that,
particular.
Yeah,
because somewhere in the grant agreement, it says we would consider, you're gonna have those words.
yeah, we'll have to have it. We'll have to have it case by case, I think, because
Yeah, but
so
you'll-
like if it's like a $20,000 mural that we're paying, and we,
and,
yeah, we're paying a good chunk to, then we want to have that a little bit more specified than I feel like for us.
Jamie, if you use that language that I proposed, it leaves the committee full control at any time to be able to pull, a committee decision on anything. And it's 5 years, the money, the repayment, but you, as a committee, can call a meeting or make a decision at any time and bypass anything that's there.
Okay.
If we were to make an exception or ask for that, do we have to go to the entire advisory? Because this particular thing is with our.
Yeah, this will be within this committee.
So I don't know, I know Lyle, you sent some things, I would like to say that whatever your wording was, I mean, I know we're not a board of directors, that's just one thing we would have to definitely correct, but Janie, do you see how you can, if some of it will fit within what we?
What that language does is it's like you make all your decisions and you make them ironclad and everything you want. And then the word notwithstanding just gives you an automatic be able to pull in, changing something as a committee or whoever makes the decisions, but it just opens the door globally for anything that's in there. So you can make a special exception for repayment if the committee decides, a special exception for time. So you have all the guidelines, but again, this special committee or committee can, on a case by case, you never know when you need it. And it's just an open door.
Type this first.
Yeah.
That just gives the authority to the committee, which is probably.
Even things that you're not thinking about right now or that are missed, or, things that change it gives you the opportunity to just say, hey, we didn't think about this, or this situation changed. And then you just pull the committee together and you can, make changes as you go. And it gives you the open door. It's just should be a global notwithstanding. The committee has the authority to make changes.
Well, we don't have to extend an agreement.
I feel like all of this can also be in the grant agreement. Is all languages.
So basically the application.
Right, it doesn't have to be right here, it can just be in the application. They know that the community character meeting can, or the committee can change that.
Is discretion spelled right? It's still under what?
The grammar.
Discretion?
That's spelled right. It would be a red line if it was spelled wrong.
It seems like terminate the term. Why would we extend the term? But if they stay longer than that, we don't have.
If they say longer than that, great. I mean, we're past our concern.
And you don't, because
So you could probably just leave it at modify.
yeah, modify,
Or terminate.
and then you let Melissa comma. There we go. So have the right at its sole discretion to modify or terminate the term of this group based upon the recommendations of the Community Character Committee. We have Community Character Committees, right? We have us in there twice. So you could just leave it, just leave it back, stop here. Because you're already basing it on the committee, right?
There you go. Sounds good.
Why
I
don't
mean,
you
it's
say-
probably good to have this language in the policy.
Maybe
because that's
change-
what people are gonna look at.
Yeah.
So
Change this word, so it's like, what is another word for terminate? End, shut down, close, quit.
Because it says terminate the term. Is that what you're talking? I think we just
Terminate the
keep it.
agreement.
Well, commence is also. Believe it or not. But it's you, people don't want to see it used that way.
Okay. Then we have a property that removes a grant funded mural early may be ineligible for additional mural grant funding for an extended period. This was what we discussed.
Why did we pick 7?
I'm not sure.
That's
We
pretty
just-
punitive. Yeah,
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Especially, let's say they drop it by 1 year and then it applies for 7.
yeah.
For an extended period.
Determined.
It might be nice just to have that set up.
Period up to 3 years or something like that.
Or not less than 2 years, or
Not less than.
I mean, I do think there should be a penalty, and if you leave too many gray areas, you're just leaving
Then we're
too
just-
much open to the discretion of the
Yeah.
committee. So I would say a
2 years.
minimum of 2 years. Or just 2 years.
I think we just kind of, I think that if we have that, then that just answer, because then if somebody comes back, we don't have to worry about like, oh, should we not? I mean, 2 years is 2 years. I mean, I think that's fair.
I have one on there and I pay you guys back my portion of the grant and I want to put a new one up right away because now I'm not a florist, I'm a plumbing supply house. And I want to put
And
another.
if they pay the penalty, then they pay the
Well-
penalty.
In our other grant, the facade grant, we have that buildings cannot reapply for the grant for a period of 2 years. It's in the facade grant.
Can't remember if it's 1 year or 2 years, but
Maybe it
it's,
should match that.
That's what
Mhm.
If it's 1 year, you could just put no, check.
Yeah.
because basically it's people getting money over and over again. You know, we're trying to
Yeah.
spread the wealth.
We're not getting the same person, we're changing things.
Yes.
Back for more money. Of course, we still could we could deny something based on, we think this is
Yeah.
ridiculous, you keep coming back to it.
Yeah. The more we have in here, that it kind of helps to make the decision a little easier.
Yes, I agree. And I think, you know, if we're similar to the facade grant, it will help things too.
Yeah.
You know, especially from a committee or just, well, it's 2 different committees now, but just the standpoint of cohesion.
Mhm.
may be ineligible for additional rural grant funding for up to 2 years instead of for up to 2 years. How do you? Or,
When we have may, maybe, so that
okay,
leaves some, a little, that still leaves some room for discretion.
okay, next are we doing?
Mhm.
Like, you know, if you need to have extended period, I think you just say for 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I was. Two years, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And
Flexibility.
then double check that
Yeah.
portion of it.
Flexibility to.
Maybe.
Demonstrably.
Demonstrably. So I think we talked about this because if like someone has
Flowers.
a mural on a building and then,
The plumbing supply comes in.
yeah,
Wrenches on it.
I think that's why we put this in here. If it creates barriers,
Mhm.
but we also have it as determined through the program's review process and agreement terms.
I was gonna say, you're kind
So
of
if we,
repeating yourself.
yeah,
right
do
now.
we just even need this?
Yeah.
Just remove it.
I remember.
Remove that.
Okay, all of this in this particular document, by the way, do they have to sign it on the back that they've read it? We should add that kind of line, that they have read this.
I think I have that in the application. The
I know, but maybe
yeah.
that proves they got to the second
Mhm.
page and they saw, I read and understand the above.
When they just check the box.
Yeah, and,
That's no problem, Dan.
Let me add this as a
and it also, there's a suggestion from Lyle sent this, that, I can read what he sent just now to me that, should be added. He suggests an aspect to consider at the end of the agreement that we put this statement. This agreement shall remain subject to the ongoing review and oversight of the Community Character Committee. The committee may from time to time approve modifications, amendments, extensions, reductions, waivers, or other revisions to any provision of this agreement as the committee determines to be in the best interest of the organization. Lyle, is there a lawyer sitting right next to you writing all this? Any such modification shall be documented in writing and provided to the parties. Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is what I do all day. That just gives you global power to make any decision in a situation where you need to change it. It just is, it's a very important clause to have.
Well, what do we do in our grants? Have we ever had it in our facade grants that we already do? Of course, this is art that could be removed, but someone could pull down the awning and put in a new awning,
Mhm.
whatever.
I don't know if we have a period of time where they have to have them in the facade grants or not. I can't remember off the top of my head. I know this is more or less mirrored after it, but I know it's been updated, so I'm not sure.
Question, by the way, sidebar, that particular facade for a new store on Main Street that mentions a lot of advertising. I thought if we can't do mural advertising on murals, you know what,
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
lotto, cigarettes, yada, yada, yada.
That's sign regulation. That's not
Oh,
anything that, like, they didn't apply for a facade grant.
oh, they didn't do it for the sign.
No, we don't do facade grants for mural or awnings that have signs on them.
Oh, period.
Yeah, with words on them. Yeah.
But they're allowed to do that.
Yeah, so,
They're allowed to put signs. Okay.
yeah, through the
We
sign
used
ordinance.
to do that.
Well, they could put them,
Awnings with words on them.
even if it's the name of the business,
They can pay for it on their own,
the whole thing.
but
Okay.
we won't fund a
You just-
facade grant.
okay.
Because then if they move out, if we move out, yeah, we're funding signs, and if they move out, then it always looks bad.
Yeah, okay.
Lyle, are you suggesting that this statement goes on the application?
What I'm suggesting is that statement should go on every single document, application, agreement that you guys do, and just use it. So you just take advantage of wherever you can throw that in. So whatever you do or whatever you create, whether it be a facade grant, whether it be if you can get away with putting that language in, it's
But it's
great.
basically gonna be a clock before someone signs, so that.
Yeah, right on the bottom. It's the last clause
Yeah, I
because
just
it
like-
says
I'm gonna
notwithstanding.
have
It's
to copy
everything
and
above,
paste it, so I don't have to keep typing
Well,
it.
are you? okay
everything
with
above
that?
it.
What do you think about, I just read it.
Well, this would all go in the agreement.
Yeah.
This would go in.
So the statement that Lyle
Mhm.
contributed and asked us to consider, that's okay with everyone to be put in the.
It's
just general legal.
more in the application.
Yeah,
Right.
we should keep that as a boilerplate
Yeah, I
that
know.
if you guys can use it for everything.
We just want to make sure everybody's cool with that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
Are any of those terms put through our attorney, the city's attorney?
not through the Friends for the city attorney, but we have an attorney with the Friends
Mm-hmm.
who is supposed to be looking through a lot of things for me. And he is owing it to me for a while now.
Yeah.
Through a sponsorship trade-off
Gotcha.
agreement. And he
Well,
has a running tab that is growing.
Until he pays his bill.
He has a tab that is growing every year. And so this is something I can also run through with him too.
Yeah, you have with him because if that's what we're doing for his sponsorship, then
Mhm.
he needs to uphold his
Mhm.
part.
Mhm.
so you've got a note to look into.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You gotta
Mhm.
ask them to pay them out.
Yeah.
You're gonna say to this.
Mhm.
Possibly adding to the other one too. So the jargon.
So that's why would you consider doing the same for the awnings? But that's up to the economic advisory committee, I guess.
I think we have language like that in the actual grant agreement. It might not hurt to be updated, but we do have like the legalese
Yeah.
type of language in it.
Okay.
Okay, so moving along to maintenance.
Okay. Ongoing maintenance expectations, ceiling, cleaning, touch-ups will be defined in program guidelines and incorporated into the grant agreement.
So
So this is the guideline, so we probably need to.
And that's kind of what we had spoke about before, because I've not done anything, nor do I know, even unfortunately with that mural, what needs to be done to preserve it. Or if frankly, I don't even know that, I know that they put good.
Maybe that should be a part of the application of maintenance, of maintenance
How will you
plan.
Some people are familiar with what they need to do.
Yeah.
As they're applying for it.
A lot depends on the condition of the building.
Yeah.
Before it's painted, because some will feel sooner than others, so.
And also have to be defined by us because it says the property owner is responsible for ensuring the mural is maintained. Well, I think it's in good shape. I don't know what your problem is.
As long as it lasts 5 years, good.
But we gotta make sure that we have the authority to say that something needs to be done to it. It's not in good shape.
Yeah. So,
It'll be interesting how much you can actually tell a building.
Well,
owner
you can
what to
find
do
them
with
just
his
like they
building.
do with the sign ordinance or
That's-
anything else.
all we have authority of is to give them money or to not give them money.
Well,
We can't go, we're not policing.
Yeah.
and if it's in the grant and specifies, then you do have some
Yeah.
Yeah.
to go back and say, this is not being maintained. Can you show us records?
Why can't we just put ongoing maintenance expectations? And you could take away the parentheses, ceiling, cleaning, touch-ups are incorporated in the program guidelines and are part of the grant agreement, something like that. Why do you have to go? I mean, that tells them they're expected to keep it clean. To say that are in this grant agreement. So ongoing maintenance expectations are, well, you just said expectations, so it'd be,
Responsibilities.
Instead of.
are a part of this grant agreement or an expected responsibility of the owner as part of this grant agreement.
And that you will be required to pay it back if you don't take care of it per our plan.
We aren't police though. I don't think we can do that.
That's the same as if they repaint it, but
Yeah, and
We're-
it's in the signed
yeah,
grant agreement. that
With the
they-
property
in the
owner.
application. So,
Mhm.
I mean, that's your
But in
biggest
the 5
leverage.
years, we are.
Ongoing
responsible
maintenance
for policing.
responsibilities are expected, are required if needed
will
as part of this
be
grant.
outlined in the grant agreement.
Well, that means you have to go back to the application, or that's why it's good to have this thing be
Kind of put
signed.
specifics in each agreement as to
Well,
how to maintain it.
No,
I think will be.
I mean, that's what that
outlined
sounds
in
like.
the signed grant,
in this signed.
because this is.
So you might make a note.
What if we add here, a maintenance plan will be required as a part of the application? And so then they have to follow what they outlined as what their plan is.
Okay,
Does that make
I
sense?
mean, are people gonna know?
I don't know
I'm
why.
just speaking for me
Mhm.
personally, I would not have known
Yeah.
what to put in there. I think we have to give some guidelines of, and
I think you
I
have,
don't,
And-
you know, the mural people may know.
Mhm.
I have it cleaning, touch-ups, ceiling, because in that order, because you wouldn't seal before you do the others, but
Yeah.
that's the responsibility.
So maybe we have a separate page that says recommended maintenance guidelines. And somebody
Yeah.
puts that together,
That's,
Uh,
yeah, I can,
which.
I'm sure I can find that from somewhere. I might even have that
I
in
have
here.
no idea, and I wouldn't know what. to put
Thinking
into
about
it.
that, I mean, we don't even have a method for determining, is it fading? I mean, you almost need to have images of it over
Well-
time and view it to make sure
But
it's fading beyond looking as it needed to.
Except we only expect or require 5 years. I mean, beyond that point,
Mhm.
if we could say to the owner of the building, can you please do this? But,
Mhm.
you know, the only requirement is they have to have at least 5 years,
Mhm.
right?
Yes,
So, I mean, we have like all the Coca-Cola voluntarily said, oh, these all need repainting, and they did them. I don't know, did the jump off at Laurel Park painting, but it was repainted, remember?
Mhm.
All that was done. But, Mark, Coca-Cola. Well, I'm just saying they did that. It's so after 5 years on an agreement, we can't tell them to do anything. If it during the 5 years, so somewhere during the 5 year, I don't know if you have to put that in there, but
no, because it's gonna be in there some degree.
yeah. Why can't you put ongoing maintenance shall be the responsibility of the tenant and.
Well, we have unless otherwise specified, the property owner is responsible for ensuring the mural is
There you
maintained.
go, you got it right there.
Yeah.
So,
And then I'll add an addendum about maintenance.
yeah,
That I
cause you just put
found in the internet.
ongoing maintenance is the responsibility of the property owner and or his tenant. Per tenant.
Well, and that's up to
The property owner.
the property owner to have done a sub-agreement.
Yeah,
with the tenant.
yeah.
But also, what if the property owner says, well, I think the mural's in fine shape?
Well,
And we
then,
think it's falling
Then
apart.
we say if it's within that 5 years that it's a amortized rate that you got to pay back,
mhm.
Okay.
or you can't apply for more.
So maybe we do need to put something about that.
Yeah.
What if they're not maintaining,
If
improperly maintained murals?
Why can't you just put ongoing maintenance responsibilities are required, if needed, are the responsibility of property owners during the 5 year period. At a minimum during the 5 year period. Oh, or that one will be subject to.
what did we have?
So that's where you can put the 5-year part, improperly maintained murals within the 5-year term.
Property owner must repay the amortized portion for the grant agreement.
Exactly, so it follows suit with these, so it's basically saying you're removing the mural
Yeah,
if you're
copy and paste the-
maintaining it.
this part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Said and done by Jan.
It works out
Improperly
pretty
maintained.
much consecutively.
Oh, yeah, because you got the first one and she came. Or
She
for the
did.
first grant on the
She
second?
did the first one, then she asked for grant money to help with the second one. She hated the bear.
Was it Grizzly Bear? I didn't even know it was part of the neck of the woods.
We haven't looked at anything like Lake Placid in Florida, which has a huge number of murals, to see what their agreement looks like.
I think that some of this is copied off of other agreements. Improperly maintained murals will be subject to repayment.
Amortized repayment?
Yeah.
Or advertised,
Property owner,
advertised, property owner must repay the unamortized portion of the next sentence. Yeah.
yeah,
If the mural is,
or
it seems to be,
is in,
it's not maintained in the proper, okay, deemed by the community character.
I mean, we're not gonna go over it.
No, but if you really think
I-
about
I-
it, if they
it's
don't
a
worry
wording.
about company,
Exactly.
it only applies to the in character, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because it is. So.
Well, and it assures that people are maintaining the look of their buildings, so whether it's with a mural or something else.
So is that good? Design regulatory considerations, those seem pretty, same thing as you have for the facade.
more or less, except for this adds about the signage part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that it can't have words that are,
Yeah, 'cause-
unless it says Henderson.
yeah, it's a gray area,
Or
really.
7th Avenue District, I
Uh,
think they're adding them.
No, no, you asked us.
It's
There's no
yeah.
place to do it as far as we know. We don't know anyone. to
Yeah.
do it.
but signage is a gray area that's
Nothing.
not our place to. That's through zoning to determine if things are a sign or not. But there's a whole lot of Supreme Court cases and everything on
So
that.
that's all good, right? So then review criteria, artistic quality. Funding recommendations, artistic quality, appropriateness, feasibility, compliance, readiness.
So review.
So the reviewed criteria considered by the community character committee to be appropriate or something like that.
Yeah. The community character committee.
Guys, thank you very much. I'm jumping off.
Thanks, Lyle.
Thank you.
Community character committee.
Will review applications based on the following criteria.
Okay.
Artistic quality. We good with that? Composition, technique, durability. Appropriateness for the location and community character, scale, visibility, content, compatibility with surrounding context. Feasibility, site readiness, permissions, timeline, budget, realism, materials, maintenance plan. Compliance, readiness, ability to meet applicable permitting, zoning, historic review requirements. These all sound good?
And all of that, we don't have to break it down. It's already in the contract as far as those requirements, correct? Because you have wall location, wall dimensions, permissions and approvals, maintenance and location, and longevity, et cetera, et cetera.
In the application.
In the application, so that's good.
Yeah, and then that just kind of gives us as a committee, because we've kind of like with facade grants, we've kind of just we've had very few denials, but for murals,
It's a little.
I think we're gonna want to deny things. If it's not a good quality work, we don't want to just approve it because someone's painting on our wall. Yeah.
Something inappropriate.
Yeah.
We-
Or somebody who's not like a mural artist doing it.
You know, if we're gonna start this sidebar, some of the painting on sidewalks that are totally a mess, we should be cleaning those up.
I know.
Okay,
Okay, application guidelines.
I mean, it's true.
I know. We've been talking about that for a very long time now.
Okay,
Since it's the mural was done.
no grant will be made for work.
We're talking about
Sorry,
buildings.
That's all standard procedural.
Yeah.
Okay,
Requires the girls. Site photos.
yeah. And permissions and approvals, historic site certificate, if yes, okay, that's if the historic districts has to approve it. Most likely they won't, will, because they don't want murals on historic buildings.
Well, if it was something already previously.
Yeah, if the historic preservation will not, only in the area of the local historic district. Historic preservation has will basically say, don't paint on unpainted brick.
Yes.
So I think at the end of this one is where we have to say, you know, I've read and understood, and this becomes part of the application.
Yeah, it's right there.
And I think that, and it needs to be part of the application, they need to turn this part in, not just give it to them and,
Yeah,
you know, but they have read this, they
Yeah.
signed that they read this, and it becomes part of the application.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
says it.
agree. That's a good idea.
Wow.
That's the application that you're looking at now.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it needs
Well,
to be in the guidelines.
Said that earlier. I
The
said
guidelines
have to be at the end of the guidelines that they've read. This is, it needs to be
Part of,
Yeah.
Yeah, we
we
just,
just with it. We can sign it, they can read it, they can, but we have proof now that they read it.
Yeah.
Or at least was given to them.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, so we got that covered twice. That's good. that We do have that for
Mhm.
sure. I know it's getting close to the end, so of our meeting, the only other question, at least I have, I don't know if anybody else does. Are we willing to go up to 50% of the total grant amount? What if it's a $30,000?
No, well, we have that would be no more than, based off funds available, because I think we did talk about maybe not necessarily putting a limit on this,
What the fun.
but like, because, I mean, if it's a really good one, would we want to fund, like, the facade grants are $6,000, that is the maximum that we do. I think that this is just where they're putting in what their cost amount is, and then it's still the committee's discretion on the amount that we'll fund based off of knowing.
Because some of these projects can get quite expensive. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
Beef mural, of course,
But
They-
it's all based on the funds available.
Yeah,
Funds
Yeah,
available.
so this basically just says, like, if it's a $20,000 mural, no matter what, we would never fund more than $10,000. But if it's a $20,000 mural, we could also only fund $1,000 if we wanted to. It's kind of, yeah,
Well, and especially if you know you've got a number of mural applications coming in.
That's the same way we did with the 6,000 with the facade.
Mhm.
That's what we, so we didn't want to give it all to one person,
Mhm.
so.
Looking on this page that has the details of the proposed mural project, include concept drawings, color mock-up reference images.
That's the back of the application.
It's part of the
application.
Yes.
Yeah. Does this seem, is there anything else we would want to include? I feel like everything's pretty,
Well, what you have, will the mural include any text logos? Can you put right in there? Advertising is not permitted on murals. I mean, because there should be no yes to there.
well, I mean, Hendersonville is on
Okay.
yours.
Note that, okay,
Yeah.
so note that.
To review by zoning compliance for sign ordinance
Yes.
Okay.
considerations. That's good.
And do we have to put something that, you know, you're limited to the specifications? Like you say, it's a 10-foot by 20-foot mural. You can't go beyond that just because you got approval for that, you know, like someone going down onto the street parking lot. Do we have to worry about that? Because no, we should be able to enforce, you said 10 by 20 and you're doing 20 by 30. Then they'd have to, do we have to worry about that kind of stuff?
I mean, we would base the grant funding off of what their application
Yeah.
says. So I
So
think
that- Is there something in there that any changes are No changes are allowed
Yeah.
upon.
I think that would be on the grant agreement that any changes.
Is there a separate grant agreement once we come up with the? what we
Jamie,
want?
go back up to wall locations visibility. You have, is it visible from, I think it should be a main street,
Yeah,
because we're talking different districts.
we'll say
And so
for a primary
Yeah,
street or key pedestrian routes.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's good. So approximate size.
So let's see, is approximate, why can't it be exact? Is it not determined? I mean,
Well, if we approve it for a 10 by 20 and they wind up doing a 20 by 20, do we really care?
well.
We gave
I
them
mean,
money
they
to do a mural that we approved. Does
I
it
mean-
matter if they go bigger? Or
Well, yeah,
they,
I mean, I realize we're not paying anymore, but they came to us saying they're gonna do this mural, if they're gonna change it.
and that is the mural that was approved.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I kind of.
Well,
agree with
yeah,
you.
and I mean,
Like,
if it's yeah,
does it
and
not have anywhere where it says that the concept is changed, the concept of the
That's what
original.
yeah, we'll need to have that in the signed
That's what.
agreement.
Then we
Yeah.
have to-
No, we don't.
Well, we do, if they start painting it and it's now 20 by 20.
Because we only want to fund what is presented before us.
Well, all of this comes about from when some painting was done, totally not approved, but we didn't have anything in writing, so now having things in writing, of course, this is pretty
Well,
thorough grant.
and if
so-
they don't go for a grant,
Then
they can, it's
Right.
their building, they
Yeah.
can do what they want as long as it's not a historic building or, I mean, zoning zoning will cover some of those issues.
That's their problem to deal with.
Was that the
Yes.
Cuban Grounds, that avenue that's at the end of that building, was that a historic building? You know what I'm
not
talking?
in historic
Near
district.
Botanica and all that.
it's not not in the historic
It's a
district.
nice fair.
It is cute.
Yeah.
Looked like Botanica had a broken window and I drove by.
It's been broken since you.
They're getting a new one.
Speaking of broken.
What?
No.
What?
Oh, we'll talk.
Uh-oh.
No major front of the place, nothing like
Great. I already asked if you wanted to have a meeting today, nobody said.
So I think asking about the prep permissions. Oh, here's the maintenance.
Mhm.
I mean, I think this is fair to ask on the maintenance.
Mhm.
Because then that, at minimum, it gets people, if they have to fill it out, they're at least thinking about it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's good. That's in there and defined in the,
Mhm.
what's the title of this page? Oh, outline, grant outline. You can see it right there.
Thank goodness I didn't have to sign this.
And it wouldn't necessarily mean that we would not fund it. We've at least reviewed what their plan is. Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the main outcomes of all this is, of course, we've mentioned it a couple times, is that
That was
agree
legal.
to
Yeah.
having them sign the grant outline as well as, which is in there. Oh, no, that's a review. No, it's in there. Now, what is this page? Strategy overview.
It's twice.
That's this redundancy.
I think this bottom thing needs to say,
This
the undersigned understand the mural grant must be installed,
Oh, yeah.
not you.
That was probably from the facade grant. In the manner described in this application.
getting a ding.
Text, I got text from Phil saying sorry.
The mural approved in this
And-
grant must be.
Yeah, and then the bottom's written forfeiture or refund. So forfeiture is obviously before we even give it to them, the forfeiting or refund.
But we don't give it to them until they're done.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that would be appropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
Because we don't give it to them ahead of time, yeah.
Yeah. I might need to add that somewhere about rearrangement, 'cause I don't know if I have that.
Yeah, that's, I'm
Yeah.
not sure we say that. So somebody might be thinking, oh, we're gonna,
Get
let's get the free.
Yeah, 'cause I don't-
Or I get the.
I don't know that we have that in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's
That's a
right.
good point.
And it's the thing, like in my head, it's like, yeah, this is just what we do, but then I forget that it's like not actually in there.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I think this is pretty close, and then I should be able to have this ready for the board meeting next week
Yeah.
with all these updates. So we should be good to
Good to go.
have our mural program. Hooray!
Take that one off.
Do we have any, can I move on? Do we have any new business that we need to discuss?
I mentioned about the June 24th meeting, the city council.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that was, yeah.
Yeah,
That was sweet.
yeah, and that's really, I think that's all that I have.
Any informal discussion? How are you all today? There we go.
Oh, and I do want to apologize. I was planning to go to the reception on Friday,
It was lovely.
and I was having massive problems all last week with cars and offices and houses and
It was delightful.
things.
It was
And I'm sorry I did not make it.
The banners are arrived for Artscape, so that's.
And so is the reveal this Friday or has,
The banners did arrive in time,
Uh-huh.
but we scheduled the reveal. We don't have room to do the reveal in our gallery.
Uh-huh.
It's just too hard, and if it's raining and there's no room for people. So we're doing the reveal at the main event,
oh, okay,
and it's on-
Inside.
it'll be inside, so there's plenty of room for people. And it will be on the 20th, which is a Thursday.
June 20th.
okay.
At the, everything says 4 o'clock, but that's in order to get our artists there in time to get in line. I think it should say the reveal is at 5 o'clock because people don't want to stand around for.
I think as soon as we're ready, the reveal happens.
But, so somewhere between 4 and 5, these banners will start being unfurled. And this Friday is the opening reception to see the original art.
Got it. Okay. It's June 20. You said that's a Saturday? Okay.
So it's a Saturday after room day.
Okay, so it is on the Saturday, not on the weekday. Okay.
We have way too many events.
I know. It's hard to keep up with all of that.
What time?
4. Between 4 and 5, we'll start rolling with it.
But then this Friday is just the reception for the member show that has the
The original.
original.
artwork.
Got it.
And
Okay.
then the VIP event was a whole separate thing.
Yeah.
They could also see, so we sort of moved getting the artwork in there early
Nice.
so that those people could also see it.
I had it on my calendar and I was fully planning to go,
It
and
was
all my
really-
life.
It's the first time we've done that kind of musical. Our building was really perfect. We had 33 people. So it was kind of a listening concert. So first we did the meet and greet.
Mhm.
And then we moved into the other room and took a seat. And then they talked about why they wrote their songs, and then they played, and it was like about a 45-minute concert.
Oh, cool.
It's just really nice. And we'd like to we feel like those events shouldn't be just like, thank you for giving us money and here, have some wine.
Yeah.
We want to give you a gift of some kind of
Mhm.
performance or something. So
That's
we're-
great. That's great. I hate I
And
missed it.
the people that actually did the event they also have a nonprofit called For of the Folk.
Oh, yeah.
And they perform at the mission
Mhm.
and in prisons and different places like that. We've been talking with them about our collaboration project for the grant that we got from the Community Foundation. Yeah, so, yeah. So it was good. It was a good
Good.
chance to sort of. do
Good.
some-
Yeah. I wanted to go. I just couldn't get
So
it.
with all of that, I think we've completed our meeting at just 10 minutes over. Considering we started 6, we're only 4 minutes late.
There we go.
An hour meeting. Okay, good.
How long are you here today?
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
I thought we would see you and you could